Tian Yuan Reverse Journey, The Catastrophe of Rebirth. Chapter 1 The Beginning of Troubled Times. In the 8th year of Tian Yuan, the Iron Cavalry of the Twilight Kingdom attacked Sunset City like a ghost, and the blood stained the city walls and the entire country red. Lin Fifei and Liu Zhan, the two powerful ministers of the Twilight Kingdom, cleverly designed to frame the general who defended the city, Yu Huaxiu, and spread the news of his death all over the world, so that Sunset City finally fell. Yu Huaxiu's death was like a crack in the land of Tian Yuan, opening the prelude to the catastrophe. Subsequently, although Hua Qianming was the general of Chongping Jing, he was unable to resist the siege at all levels, and finally could not hold the country. Since then, the living beings of the Tian Yuan continent have been in dire straits, famine and war are intertwined, and no one knows when this disaster will end. Chapter 2, Zhifeng's Determination. In this troubled era, Zhifeng, an old man who is praised by the world as a wise man, can't help but feel sad when he sees the suffering in the world. He knew that only by changing history could he prevent future catastrophes. So, he decided to use his longevity as a price to activate the legendary long-lost Donghuang Ling, and send Yu Huaxiu and Hua Qianming back to Tian Yuan for 6 years, so that they could rewrite their fate. May you take the memories of the past and rewrite the future and save the people. When the two woke up, it was already the 6th year of Tian Yuan, but their memories of each other were still as clear as yesterday. They know it's a bet from which there's no turning back. Chapter 3, The Misunderstanding of the Reunion. When Yu Huaxiu and Hua Qianming first met, because of the grievances that were misunderstood in the past, the two sides had bitterness. Yu Huaxiu questioned whether Hua Qianming's failure to hold Changpingjing was a betrayal, while Hua Qianming wondered if Yu Huaxiu's tragic death in Sunset City had another hidden meaning. While evading the assassination of the Sunset Kingdom, the two explore the truth of Rebirth, and discover a hidden conspiracy from the secret file obtained by chance. The main lady, a woman who is kind on the surface but scheming in fact, is the one behind it, and Lin Fifei and Liu Zhan have long become her pawns. Chapter 4 Solidarity. With the passage of time, Yu Huaxiu and Hua Qianming gradually solved the misunderstanding, supported each other, and trust gradually emerged. Together, they gathered several loyal allies, Bai Ziyi, who was once known for his martial arts, Cheng Li, who was proficient in strategy, and Fu Lan, who had the ability to predict. This team goes deep into enemy territory, gathers intelligence, and devises counterattacks. Every victory seems to ignite the hope of everyone, so that the people of the world can see the bright future. Chapter 5, Reversal of the Situation. Just when everyone thought that victory was imminent, the Lord Lady suddenly appeared in her true form. She was not only the internal response of the Sunset Kingdom, but also the core of the larger conspiracy behind it. She uses the energy of the Eastern Emperor Bell to control time and control the fate of Tian Yuan forever. At this time, the true identities of Lin Fifei and Liu Zhan are revealed. They are not simple enemies, but puppets transformed by the main lady with scheming, intending to cover up the truth and create chaos with fake death. Chapter 6, The Final Battle. Yu Huaxiu and Hua Qianming led their allies to attack the palace of the Sunset King and start a life and death battle with the main lady. In the process, the two used the future memories obtained by Rebirth to predict the enemy's layout and flexibly counterattack. Due to her over-reliance on the power of the Eastern Emperor Bell, the Lord Lady finally collapsed from exhaustion and her plan collapsed. Lin Fifei and Liu Zhan broke free from control in the battle, chose justice, and fought side by side with Yu Huaxiu and Hua Qianming. Chapter 7, The Dawn of the New Century. After the defeat of the Lord Lady, Tian Yuan China ushered in a brief period of peace. Yu Huaxiu and Hua Qianming are no longer lone fighters, but heroes in the hearts of all beings in the world. However, they understand that the road ahead is still challenging. The secret of Donghuang Ling has not yet been completely solved, and the price of rebirth is still slowly emerging in. Two of them. What we are protecting is not only the peace of this moment, but also the hope of future generations. Yue Huixu stared at the morning light, and her tone was firm. Hua Qianming nodded slightly, and the two walked hand in hand towards a new journey. Chapter 8, The Last Wishes of the Deceased. After the lady fell, although the situation was a little clearer, the world was still uneasy. Yue Huaxue and Hua Qianming returned to Chongpingjing with their allies, preparing to reorganize Hessian. At this moment, a mysterious messenger suddenly appeared and handed a yellowed letter to Yue Huixu. The handwriting of the letter is familiar and vigorous, and it is the last words left by the late Zhuzh Feng. The Donghuang Bell can not only travel through time and space, but also contains a true spirit called Chen Xian. The power of Chen Xian can help Tian Yuan be reborn, but it can also destroy everything. Do not use this item lightly, otherwise the disaster will never end. This passage is like a wake-up call, reminding everyone that the real crisis is not over yet. Chapter 9, Shadow Poisoning. The power of the Eastern Emperor Bell attracts more pretenders. The Lord's Ladies clan, the Cold Moon clan, began to stir up in the shadows, sending assassins to infiltrate all parts of the heavenly Yuan. After layers of testing, Yue Huaxue and Hua Qianming discovered that the Cold Moon clan had a mysterious toxin that could kill people, and once poisoned, they would be mentally controlled and reduced to puppets. His ally, Bai Zi, was accidentally poisoned in an encounter and died in death. This shocked everyone, and also made the two realize that force alone could no longer solve the fundamental problem, and they must find a way to detoxify. Chapter 10, The Distant Grain of the Moon. Legend has it that Moon Shadow Valley hides a rare medicinal herb called orchid grass, which is a holy relic. Hua Qianming and Fulan led the team into danger, and after storms and beast attacks, they finally arrived in the valley. The Valley of the Moon Shadow is inhabited by a hidden tribe, the Spirit Moon Clan. They are closed to the outside world and believe only in the ways of nature. The two spend time communicating with the patriarch Yuo, and after winning the trust of the clan, they gain the secret of the orchid grass. However, the Lingyu clan warned, although the orchid grass is detoxified, it needs to be infused with a pure soul to exert its strength, otherwise it will backfire. Chapter 11, The Tempering of the Demons. Back in Chongpingjing, Yue Huaxue and Hua Qianming worked together to make the orchid grass into an antidote and save Bai Zi. But at this moment, the shadow and pain in their hearts are gradually drawn out. Although the memories of rebirth bring strength, they also have to face the mistakes and regrets of their past lives. Each of them is forced to undergo the trials of their demons, to experience visions, pain, and betrayal. Yue Huixu meets her deceased family in a fantasy world, struggling between revenge and forgiveness. Hua Qianming was forced to face the powerlessness of his failure to hold on to Kohei Jing. This spiritual baptism made the hearts of the two more firm and more understanding of each other's pain. Chapter 12, The Dark Tide Rises. Just as Yue Huaxue and Hua Qianming walked out of the trial, a more hidden force gradually emerged. Many forces are secretly controlling, trying to use the Eastern Emperor Bell to control the entire Tian Yuan. One of the most shocking things is that Lin Fifei, who was thought to be dead in the past, was secretly reborn, using forbidden magic to change his face, lurking in the court, and becoming a shadow figure who dominates the world. She secretly contacted the Cold Moon clan to plan a bigger conspiracy, trying to use the power of the Eastern Emperor Bell to subvert the entire country. Chapter 13, Battle Sunset City Again. After sensing Lin Fifei's conspiracy, Yue Huixu and Hua Qianming decided to take the initiative and lead the army to retake Sunset City and prevent Lin Fifei from further expanding his power. The battle was extremely fierce, and Lin Fifei showed amazing skill and strategy, causing heavy losses on both sides. Land battles also appear on the battlefield, going head-to-head with Moonflower Snow. In a fatal encounter, Yue Huixu used her past memories and on-the-spot reactions to successfully defeat the land battle, but she also saw Lin Fifei's cruelty and ruthlessness. Sunset City is finally back in Moonflower's control, but it also understands that this is only the beginning of a long battle. Chapter 14, The Secret Truth. After Sunset City was pacified, the clues left by Hua Qianming and Zhifeng investigated deeply, and finally discovered the true origin of the Eastern Emperor Bell. It turns out that the Eastern Emperor Bell is a relic of the ancient Tianyuan deity Emperor Chen Qian, which contains its consciousness and power, which can interfere with time and life, but at the same time, it will also devour the soul of the holder. Not only could this artifact not be used lightly, otherwise the user would be at the disposal of Emperor Chen Qian and become his puppet. This truth shocked Yue Huixu and Hua Qianming, and also cast a heavy shadow on their future choices. Chapter 15, The Choice of Fate. Yue Huixu and Hua Qianming faced the ultimate choice, whether to use the power of the Eastern Emperor Bell to permanently eliminate the Cold Moon clan and Lin Fifei and end the troubled times. The two weighed it repeatedly, knowing full well that this power was both a salvation and a curse, and that the slightest carelessness would lead to greater disasters than in the past. In the end, they chose to seal the Eastern Emperor ring, hoping to rebuild peace by relying on their own strength and faith, rather than relying on external forces. The allies swore to defend the seal, vowing not to let this artifact become a nightmare for the country again. Chapter 16, A New Dawn. The Tianyuan continent gradually regained its vitality, and the Moonflower Snow and Flower Qianming sowed hope between the earth and rebuilt their homeland. The power of Lin Fifei and the Lang Yu clan was contained, and the world gradually became peaceful. The two are no longer simple heroes, but have become the guardians of history, shouldering the mission of making the world remember this period of suffering and rebirth. We have walked through the darkness and ushered in the dawn. Although the future is unknown, as long as there is light in the heart, it can illuminate the way forward. Chapter 17, A Broken Oath. The battle for Sunset City has just ended, and the world is still not really calm. Yue Huixu and Hua Qianming discovered that their former allies Cheng Li and Fu Lan were gradually acting secretively and had close ties with the Cold Moon clan in private. In the face of betrayal, the two were in great pain. Cheng Li said that she firmly believes in dominating the world with strength, and only by cooperating with the Cold Moon clan can she protect her relatives from being slaughtered. Fu Lan revealed that he was part of the incarnation of Emperor Qingxuan's soul to test people's hearts. These facts made Yue Huixu and Hua Qianming realize that the temptation and shadow behind the power were deeper than they imagined. Chapter 18, The Lingyu Clan's Choice. Moonflower Snow and Flower Qianming returned to the Valley of the Moon Shadow to seek help from the Spirit Moon clan, only to find that a split faction has emerged within the clan. The Peace faction led by the Patriarch Yuo hopes to cooperate with the outside world to jointly protect Tianyuan. The opposition, on the other hand, advocates isolation and power, and supports the Cold Moon clan. The two factions fought fiercely, and Yue Huixu and Hua Qianming mediated in the middle, and finally moved the Lingyu clan with their reborn experience and sincerity, making them choose to protect the peace and join hands with their allies to fight against the darkness. Chapter 19, The Hidden Spirit. During the sealing of the Eastern Emperor Bell, Emperor Qingxuan's true spirit quietly awakened. He transforms into a mysterious girl named Chen Yao, who appears in the Moonflower Snow dream and asks for understanding and redemption. Chen Yao revealed that he was bound to the Eastern Emperor ring, waiting for liberation, but if he was forcibly released, it would cause the collapse of heaven and earth. Yue Huixu and Hua Qianming faced a dilemma, whether to continue the seal, or take the risk of trying to liberate Chen Yao and let her return to heaven and earth to bring true order to Tianyuan. Chapter 20, The Covenant of Fate. After some heated discussions, Yue Huixu and Hua Qianming decided to sign a fate contract, promising to help Chen Yao liberate on the premise of protecting Tianyuan's tranquility. Together with the Spirit Moon and their allies, they prepare for an adventure that spans life and death, time and space. On the day the contract was concluded, the stars were dazzling, and the heavens and the earth seemed to be witnessing this historic decision. Chapter 21, The War of Destiny. Chen Yao's liberation triggered a vision of heaven and earth. The Eastern Emperor Bell shook violently, and the power of shadow and light intertwined in the Tianyuan continent. Lin Fifei and the Cold Moon clan's last crazy counterattack broke out, and Yue Huixu and his party started a decisive battle between heaven and earth. During the battle, Chen Yao gradually regained his divine power and fought side by side with Yue Huixu and Hua Qianming to defeat Lin Fifei. Yue Huixu used her own fate as a medium to completely transform the power of Emperor Chen Xian and calm the turmoil in heaven and earth. Chapter 22, The Eternal Guardian. The Great War ended, and peace was restored to the Tianyuan continent. Chen Yao turned into the morning light, integrated into heaven and earth, and became the god who guarded Tianyuan. Moonflower Snow and Flower Qianming retired to the rivers and lakes, and their whereabouts became a mystery, but their legends were deeply rooted in the hearts of the people and became a symbol of reverence for future generations. The Lingyu clan and their allies worked together to rebuild their homeland, vowing to protect peace forever and to keep the suffering of the past from happening again. Postscript. Tianyuan's reverse journey is like a long dream, passing through the torrent of time and fate. Rebirth is not just an opportunity, but also a test. Salvation is not just a victory, it's a responsibility. The story of Moonflower Snow and Flower Chiming tells us that only understanding and forgiveness can break through hatred and darkness. If power is left unchecked, it will eventually lead to destruction. Only when there is light in the heart can the future be illuminated. May the people of the Tianyuan continent always remember this adverse journey, and let peace and hope be passed on from generation to generation.